In this short video, I would like to talk about the importance of building a coalition of leadership for the current revolution in Iran. I hope looking at this critical matter from a change management perspective help accelerate the formation of this coalition. These days, many people talk about the need for a united leadership for the current revolution in Iran that started when the government killed Mahsa Amini. It's true that the main leadership is inside Iran, and therefore for some people, the word leadership can be a trigger for avoiding the coalition. So for those people, I suggest considering leadership in this video more as collaboration. However, at the end of the day, we all are leaders, with or without the label or title. For Women Life Freedom Revolution, a coalition is required next immediate step. Working in a silo won't be helpful anymore. Based on change management excellence, the coalition is a must. And for that, aiming for perfection will be our enemy. Even a partial leadership coalition will help. Leaders should stand for freedom and justice stronger by forming a coalition. Let's start with having alignment on the meaning of coalition. The Cambridge Dictionary defines coalition as the joining together of different political parties or groups for a particular purpose, usually for a limited time. Again, joining together of different political parties or groups for a particular purpose, usually for a limited time. In the field of change management, depending on the complexity of the change, of course, a coalition of leadership is necessary to help advance the transition. Members of a coalition can be political leaders, business leaders, celebrities, human rights activists, victims of the current government, lawyers, and many others. The coalition of leaders forms a coordinated effort with the change agents and local people leaders. The coalition provides consistent, united, and visible leadership throughout the change and transition. Its mandate is a sustained presence to build and maintain momentum for the change. This leadership coalition mobilizes other leaders so they can advocate for the change, in our case, revolution, and legitimize the transition even more. A healthy coalition is important for communication and promoting the change to all internal and external stakeholders. The coalition will be the preferred sender of messages such as reason for the change, as well as the risk of or cost of not changing. That leadership coalition can help prioritization of tactics and efforts through a direct engagement with internal and external bodies. Forming a coalition helps create unity between different groups and have a shared voice. Leading in a silo is not a smart choice in change leadership. Let's look at the change success ecosystem, which is applicable in most change journeys, including the revolution in Iran. We have 7 elements. As you can see in all of these factors, a leadership coalition can strongly help. Most importantly, the coalition provides active and visible leadership and sponsorship for the revolution or the change. Alignment with priorities as well as with overall strategy is necessary. It also involves diverse and various types of stakeholders in the journey. Engaging effectively and purposefully across the board through relevant and timely tactics is required for successful change and transition. For a united and shared goals, and of course, plans, The coalition will use words that resonate with various stakeholders. The coalition can have better ongoing communication with consistent messages using tailored and plain language. The leaders in a coalition effectively have better risk intelligence, identify and analyze the risk as well as what the Iranian revolution needs, and then help people to mitigate the risks. The coalition can effectively give people the skills, knowledge, and the confidence for the future stage, which will be a free Iran. A leadership coalition can make decision-making data-driven and more innovative. It clarifies the final goals, which are adoption, regime change, and successful transition. It helps recruit more change champions for the revolution. Change is not a single event, and it's not easy. It takes time. For effective change management, we recognize multiple phases that people experience in any change and transition journey, including the current Iranian revolution. And in all of them, a leadership coalition can play a better role than leaders working in silos. The coalition of leadership can help Iranian people in their understanding phase, which is about information and mindfulness. They can also build awareness of the change, why the change is needed, and what would be the risk of not changing for the international bodies, Western countries, and foreign leaders. Also together, they can cascade information about how the revolution aligns with the world's security and democracy needs. The coalition of leadership can play a big role in people's commitment stage, which is about desire, drive, passion, and alignment. The coalition provides engagement opportunities to ensure transparency and answer the famous question that other countries may have about the Iranian revolution. And that's, what's in it for us? The coalition helps those countries recognize the revolution and understand that it's a win-win. It will increase the desire to have a united Iran too. For those who are not active in the revolution, but dislike the current status and the dictator, building a coalition of leaders would accelerate having them on board. Also, the coalition can give hope for military members to feel safe if they stop helping the dictator. The coalition will increase motivation for both the brave people of Iran and even government supporters, not the killers and terrorists, of course, to gain their support and trust. The coalition can accelerate and optimize proficiency phase, which is focused on knowledge. Here we are talking about education, expertise, learning, insight, intelligence, know-how, capability, competency, and skills. The ability to implement the change is also a critical element of the proficiency stage. For that, there should be access to subject matter experts or SMEs. Also, the coalition can ask international organizations and other countries to help people in Iran with satellite internet access to enable them move forward with this revolution. At the international level, it can reflect the voice of Iranian people and create a clear and true picture of Iran's future state after the Islamic Republic. And sustainment is about adoption and reinforcement phase. In the sustainability phase, the coalition can help institutionalize the future state. The coalition can also support future elected leadership team in a democratic Iran. A change management methodology includes a framework that guides change leaders to work through 3 phases: formation, leadership, and sustainability. To achieve the desired future state, in our case, a free and democratic Iran, we need all of them. In the formation phase, the leadership coalitions support people in developing their change strategy. They develop a shared vision as well as a customized and comprehensive approach that positions the revolution for success. The leaders who are members of the coalition can collectively define success at each stage of the revolution and what should be achieved. The coalition defines the impacts, required activities, and the approach, including what steps they will need to take, the risks they need to mitigate, and even establishing the roles together. The second phase is to bring the change strategy to life, develop plans, and implement actions. In this stage, the coalition can equip and support people and plan for communications. The progress and performance should be measured, and leaders must collectively identify SWOT, which is strengths, weaknesses, threats, and opportunities. Another critical part of this phase is adjustments on the actions and plans as required and based on lessons learned. The coalition will make the transition faster and more efficient. The final phase ensures the change is adopted and the country is committed to doing what is needed to sustain a democratic Iran. Sustainment strategies and transitioning activities are some of the activities in this phase. Also, identifying gaps and helping people to identify relevant sustainment roles and maybe even identify future state leaders are part of this. That is very important because based on change management excellence, the change leaders do not automatically become future state leaders. I mean, the leaders during and after the Iranian Revolution can be different leaders. Transferring leadership in a democratic structure is important. The coalition can help gain the support of United Nations to have free elections after transfer of power. Based on change management principles for success, the coalition is a mandatory requirement. Let's promote it and ask for it.